Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So I need to check the audio and everything. It usually takes a couple minutes for this to actually hook up, sync up, and all that good stuff. So bear with me, waiting for everything to go live here. Usually takes a few minutes. So hopefully everyone's having a great Sunday, and hopefully you all enjoyed your weekend. Alright, scrolling through here, trying to make sure if you guys can hear me, let me know in the chat, because I am not seeing my stream. 5x5, okay, awesome. I'm gonna check my audio here. Still says that I'm waiting. That's weird. Okay, well, I was trying to check this, but it still says I'm waiting on here. Hopefully my mods are able to meet us today, because we're having a delay issue here. Give me a second, guys. I'm working on it. Texas Patriot, good to see you. Okay, there we go. Checking audio now. Working on it. All right, so I had complaints about the microphone too close to my neck. So we're trying it down here. Apparently you can hear me swallow. It is what it is. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Joker's Wild, good to see you, brother. How are you doing? I'm actually making you a mod, my friend. I actually met Joker's Wild on another channel. I should have worked there. I'm having a bad delay over here. Okay, you should be a mod now, Joker's Wild. I met him on Silver Slayer's channel. As you guys know, we stock up silver, gold, extra preps. So as the title is suggesting, you saw the big bunker there. I wish I had one. I don't have one. So I want to cover some things, guys, and I really want to light that fire underneath everyone's butt to make sure you're prepping. And my angle is so off on this. There we go. Better. We see the elites, well, what they call the elites, people that are a lot richer than us, people that are in the know. They are putting bunkers everywhere. I mean, it's simple searches on YouTube. There's plenty of YouTubers that actually have been covering this for the past couple of years. They've been getting ready for a major event. Why would they be getting ready for a major event? Well, some will say it's because they just got too much money and don't have anything better to do with it. I've also seen the comment because it's trendy. Being a prepper is not trendy at all. We are always outcast. All right, we're blamed for everything. Anytime there's a shortage, the preppers are to blame, even though we're not the one bum rushing the stores. I am buffering a lot. Must be on your end, because I am not buffering on my end. So I'm not sure. All right. EBT and Snap is down. Carolyn low. Yeah, and that's another thing, guys. Nothing against anybody that's having to be on EBT, SNAP, cash, TANF assistance, anything like that, government assistant programs. I was on it shortly when my son was born. I was raising my kids by myself. And yeah, I was on it for a few months. My recommendation, do what you can to get off of it. Now, I know some people are on disability, so government assistance is a supplement that actually helps them live day to day. So I'm not talking bad about anybody that's on it, because I was on it myself, but I was going through transition, raising my kids by myself. And let me tell you, when I was raising my kids by myself, my daycare provider was charging me $10 an hour. I was making $12 an hour. Yeah. Go figure that one out. Because I'd have to show up a little early. The clock starts then. And then by the time I got back, yeah, I was losing my rear end. So yeah, I had to have an extra assistant. But being a welder mechanic, I was always doing side jobs all the time. I still do today. I'm always doing side jobs, doing brake works, you name it, I'm working on it. So my advice is try to figure out a way to get off of it if you can. I know some people cannot. That's part of their thing. I mean, they are on it. So I'm not talking bad about anything. I'm just trying to give you some options, trying to light that fire. If you have the availability to get off of government assistance, go for it, because it's not going to be there forever. We all know this. Okay. Being a prepper isn't a thing. It's a mindset, a way of life. Yeah, that would be my opinion, because that's how we look at it. I mean, we live it day by day. Joker's Wild, you changed my life, buddy, because of you. My chances have greatly improved. Brother, just keep on doing it. I'm actually very proud of what you've actually accomplished there at your home and why you're doing it. I'm not going to really reveal any of that information, because that was a conversation between us. But I am proud of the steps that you have taken, the responsibility that you've taken. It means a lot. I mean, that right there. A lot of people need to be doing that. Guys, if you have family that lives with you, things like that, you need to be preparing for them as well. I see that all the time. I'm alone. My family thinks I'm crazy. They want help prepping. If they live in your house, you prep for them as well. All right? It doesn't matter if they think you're crazy or anything else. If you're prepping, you prep for them as well, okay? Look up yeah, I'm not gonna look up the EBT outage. I'm during a live stream, Carolyn Lowe. Appreciate the information. But okay, you're letting Hoot Owl know. Okay, awesome. Yeah, for those that are on that, you know, I understand. Definitely try to find ways of getting off that. But if you're on disability, there are just some things that you just can't do, or it messes up your disability check, things like that. I get that, all right? When I was hurt and going through workman's comp, I had to watch everything I did, even though I was pretty messed up. But I had to watch everything I was doing. I was actually I talked about this before. I was watering my garden, well, what garden I had when I lived in Apopka. And I was standing there with a water hose, and I just happened to catch somebody in the corner of my eye walking through the back lots through someone else's property with a camera. So I contacted my lawyer, say, hey man, there's people out here. So, oh yeah, they're investigators. What were you doing? I said, watering my garden. He says, you're fine. So always keep an eye on stuff like that, guys. There's always somebody watching you all the time. So be careful. All right. Now, if you are a shyster and you are trying to manipulate this system, your ass needs to get busted. That's my opinion. But for everyone else that has been injured, I've seen people's claims get rejected. I had broke my hand. I was working as a mechanic, and I was working at a, not a dealership at the time. It was a oil change company, and they had a mechanic shop in the back. I finally worked my way through tire busting and everything else, finally got my mechanic spot. And I broke my hand. Tire popped off of a vehicle and caught it right between a steel column. Fractured it right across. Well, I actually broke it. And I went to the hospital and stuff, and while I was sitting there at the house, my boss kept on calling, dude, we need you here. I said, dude, I got a broke hand. I can't be turning a wrench. Well, that's all right, man. My brother would do the job. You just tell him what to do. And my dumb ass decided to go help these people out. I got there the entire time, taking photos of me in the shop with my broke hand. Yeah, shady ass people. So watch your ass. All right. Well, it's weird. What was he investigating? I was making sure that my claims were correct. And actually, my claims were correct. I had to go in for knee surgery, shoulder surgery, and when they got the MRIs and CAT scans back and everything else with my spine, they're like, this guy's hurt. So it's just the way it is when you go on, when you're on workman's comp. So I was on that for about a year, going through physical therapy, surgeries, all that. That's why when I show those videos of how much weight I was at, how much weight I gained a lot of weight. I usually sit about 190. I was 256, 258. Yeah, I gained a lot of weight. And that's why I was real hard hitting on losing weight, trying to encourage people to do that. I had a lot of people say, oh, quit fat shaming and all this other stuff. I'm trying to encourage people. All right. I was there. You can't fat shame somebody if you were a fat ass. Okay. And I was just trying to help people, but that's quite all right. All right, scrolling through here, guys. Remember to prep for your pets as well. Yep. We've covered prepping for your pets many times. I've shown I probably have more preps for my pets than anybody else here on YouTube. We have over a year's supply of hay for the rabbits. We have over a year's supply of pellets. We have over a year's supply of treats. We have over a year's supply of emergency medical care for our rabbits. So yeah, we prep nonstop. I mean, it takes up almost a full shed, outdoor shed, is what our preps cover. So yeah, we've done videos on that as well. We film everything we do here. That's why we have like 1,050 videos published on YouTube now. All right, I'm getting emails like crazy for some reason. That's annoying. Trying to turn that off. You keep on hearing beep, beep, beep. It's because this phone here keeps on doing that. Don Behringer, good to see you, my friend. You were pleasantly plump like me. No, brother, I was a fat ass. I was very unhealthy. My heart was in bad condition. I was having some issues. So I had to work on it. And it did take a while, guys. It did. And I'm still working on it. All right. Scrolling through here, guys. So what I want you guys to do is keep on working on your prepping. Seriously, look at all your preps. You weren't fat, you were fluffy. I love that comedian. I cannot think of his name. Iglesias or something like that. You know, Fluffy. Love his stand-up stuff. With everything going on right now with Ukraine and Russia, and I know these are flagged words, guys. I get hit every time I say that. It's just a platform. I want people to understand when a global conflict does pop off. In my opinion, we already in it. They just ain't announced it yet. But when it goes massive, we're not going to have the availability to go into the store and have these supplies that we usually, get to pick from, the products and stuff. Now, will there be stores open? Yeah, unless, we're non-stop attacked. But this is a big country too. But there will be rationing. And the reason I say this is because God, come on. Sorry, guys. Dude. Okay, please don't, to the individuals with my number here, please do not call me while I'm doing a live stream. I've discussed this many times. All right? Don't. All right, excuse, let me take care of something right fast. Hold on a second, guys. I'm trying to take care of something. All right, so I do a lot of self-modding myself, being a YouTuber. I want to stress this out. When I see other creators constantly trash talking others, you're not welcome here. All right? Prepping community is trying to build community, get people ready. I don't put up with it. All right? Especially when individuals have contacted me and asked me to promote their stuff. All right? And I've actually promoted their videos and stuff like that on my channel. And then they turn right around and talk trash about me on their channel. I don't put up with it. I remove you. I cut people that are negative in my life. I don't put up with it. So we just removed another one. And I do know the history of all the stuff that individual's been doing. So let me take care of this. And it's not the first one or the only one. All right. So I just don't put up with it. It's not welcome here. We're trying to build community. Okay. Scrolling through here. Sorry guys, I got sidetracked here. So we are also working on some other projects here on the channel, guys. Of course, new studio and everything we're working on. You know, we needed something decent sized, you know, something I can actually do product reviews and things like that. So we built the little studio here. It has an old horse barn is what it is. And we just set up everything here, running with solar generators and stuff to power up the lighting and stuff like that. I am actually working on another channel with my wife. Has nothing to do with prepping at all. It's one of our pastime hobbies. I had mentioned this in our members only. To those that have joined our members only, definitely do appreciate it. We brought it back by demand. So we're working on another channel. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Even though there's a lot of people want me out of here. We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay. All right, I'm too freaking hard-headed to quit. But we're working on another channel with me and my wife. And I'll actually put up the link for you guys. It's controversial. Trust me, I know. But we actually do this a lot on our spare time. Okay, so that's, I'm gonna double check here. That is our new channel link. It's called Hellscape Paranormal. If you guys remember, back when we started our channel, we took a trip out to St. Augustine. Well, we're actually going again in January. During that trip, we had captured, using still frame, something developing. And actually, I put in the comment section of that channel, I had put those photos up. Something had rolled in a hallway as a fog mist low. We captured something on film. We had heard plenty of other things. So, like I said, it's controversial. You guys don't have to be over there if you don't want to. This is something that we're going to be pursuing on our off time, and being preppers, we don't have much off time. But our vacations that we're going to be going to, we're going to be going places like this. So we're actually going to be out in St. Augustine for 5 days in January, and also in Tallahassee for 4 days, and we're going to be filming stuff like that. Thankfully, I had picked up a lot of new skills doing film work and things right here on the channel. Learn how to do a better production for people. Trying to give you guys better viewership, let's put it that way. But yeah, I mean, most of the equipment stuff we already had. We already had night vision, recording devices. We already had voice recorders, all that stuff. And there's a lot of things that with my electrical background, and I went to school for it, small electronics, we're going to be building ourselves and actually filming and stuff like that on there as well. So anyway, for those that do go over there and help support that, definitely appreciate it. It's going to be my wife and me doing everything there. My wife, she's excited about it. She's always wanted to do it on film, so we do it, you know, every time we go out places. So anyway, guys, let you know about that. I let everybody know in our members only, but I'm also bringing this to you guys as well. No one has to join members only. Members only is just where we hang out and I get to talk freely in my thoughts on stuff, you know, not big production videos or anything like that. So no one ever has to join those. Now, I'm going to reel back to prepping, guys. You do not want to be the person running to the store at the last minute and hope that there's food there when it comes down to that. Every week, or your payday, guys. And I do want to hit on disabilities and since EBT's in the conversation here, food stamps, you know, things like that. I have no problem if you are on food stamps and you're prepping. I have no problem with that at all. You're putting food back. All right. Some people have no choice but to be on it right now. Okay. So there's a reason why I was there. I mean, I was on it myself. Let me stress that out. I was on it myself for a few months. Back when I was raising my sons. Always find a way, okay? Always test out your preps. All right, guys, make sure you test out your preps. Don't stock stuff that you do not want to eat or that you just reject. I will say this, when you're hungry enough, you'll eat it. But there are things that I've seen made people throw up because they just couldn't stomach it. Like myself, I got really bad ulcers. When I got electrocuted, I got hurt a lot. That was previous accident. I can't enjoy hot, spicy stuff. I mean, I love it. Oh man, do I love it. But it hurts me. And that's another thing with like the Wolf brand chili that you guys always see me with. That's actually a very mild spice and it doesn't bother my ulcers at all. So but I do like some really hot chicken wings, but they don't like me back. So don't stock stuff that you're not going to eat. All right. I mean, maybe you could trade it off for something, but I really don't recommend trading food when there's no food around, because if you're trading food, don't you think you're going to be even a bigger target? People's going to see you and go, man, they've got a lot of food. They're giving it away. Let's go check them out. All right, scrolling through, a bag of rice, 20 pounds is about 100 servings. Yeah, I forget the actual number, 125 or 130. So when we store our rice, guys, of course, this is the basic stuff. We've covered this many times before. We freeze ours first. Now, it depends on how cold your freezer gets. Son of a... I don't know if I can actually turn off my phone and stay live. I apologize for someone constantly calling. That's actually one of my trolls that actually has my number, because we were friends at one point in time. I know I've blocked people before. Sorry, guys. Got sidetracked. So we freeze our rice first. I've had the question, what do you do next? Because people were taking it straight out of the freezer and Mylar and or vacuum sealing. Do not do that. All right, you got to air dry it all out. Okay, we've done videos, and actually on Marfugal News, they had us on the Prepper Minutes where I showed vacuum sealing rice, the whole process, freezing it, setting it out on a pan, letting it air dry out. Then you vacuum seal or Mylar it up. You should beat your trolls up. I actually could, but I don't want to go back to jail. I've been there, done that. Don't want to go back. All right, I have that ring. Yeah, it's the basic telephone thing. Alcohol and wine. Bartering items. Yeah, we stockpile the little small bottles for bartering. All right, scrolling through here, guys. Brown rice doesn't last long. You're correct on that. We only store white rice. So, Cherokee Survival, good to see you, brother. How are you doing? Sweet Tea, good to see you, my friend. Got me again. Thought it was my work phone. Yeah, sorry, Sweet Tea. I mean, it's just the way it is. I need to figure out if I can turn like an airplane mode on and still use the internet. I don't know if I can or not. I'm not very tech savvy with cell phones. So basically just use them to talk, and I don't talk to many people. All right, so right fast, I do want to cover our meet and greet this Friday. Okay, tinfoil hat, good to see you, my friend. So I did a video on the meet and greet and had the address and everything on it, and I've got the address also in our comment section, community section. This is going to be this Friday, Veterans Day, starting at noon to about 3. We're going to be grilling out and stuff. I also have try do not disturb. Give me a second, guys. Let me try to find that selection, see what happens. I do not have a do not disturb selection there. It doesn't have a do not disturb. All right, so during the meet and greet, some of our affiliate programs have reached out, and they're going to be hooking up the people that attend. So Wallaby Mylar, they have sent us a whole bunch of products to be given out. And also For Patriots has also sent us a whole lot of products that will be given out to the people that come to our meet and greet. The meet and greet, guys, is a local event. I mean, if you're traveling here, you're welcome. All right, you can definitely come up. It's going to be in Youngstown, Florida, outside Panama City. So if you show up, awesome. We're going to be grilling out stuff, things like that. Mainly the purpose of the meet and greet is so that we can actually kind of connect better with our local communities, build a stronger community in the area, because I've got a lot of preppers that watch this channel right here in my area. And I've actually had people blow the horns and stop at the stoplight hollering at me because they watch the channel. Okay. So for those people, I'm going to try to get together with these people and actually discuss things with them, because I believe that we're going to have good community to survive what's coming. Now, there's plenty of people out there, the lone wolf preppers and stuff like that. You know, you do you on that. All right. I get the operation security. I get the dangers of reaching out to people. I understand that. I do. I have a very good group right here in my vicinity. We can deal with a lot of threats, but I understand people hesitant to reach out to others. You know, if that's too much of a concern for you, don't do it. Okay, only do what you're comfortable with. All right, scrolling through here. We'll try to make it. Have been to the area in 20 years. Awesome. Van City Prepper, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Hoot Owl, sorry, my friend. I saw you here early and I forgot to say hello. Blue Collar, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? All right, scrolling through here, guys. Texas Patriot, good to see you. I had ulcers bad. An old Army vet doctor healed me up with a diet and water, dairy, unsalted. 2 months later, I was good. Very, very cool. Mine, they said I have to do surgery on, and I don't like going to surgery. So it's something I might want to get took care of before shit hits the fan. Pioneer Prepper, I fly the same 2 flags on my property. Awesome. So these are the same flags that we had in Apopka when we, you know, the bunker in Apopka. For everybody that's been here for a very long time, I had an outdoor shed and I called it my bunker. Yeah, these are the same 2 flags. Finally got a place where I can set them up at. All right, scrolling through here. Do not disturb under notifications and sound. Give me a second, guys. While I try to get this took care of, just bear with me. Notifications and sound. Yeah, but the problem is I'm on a live stream and trying to switch. Yeah, I'll check that out after the stream. I don't want to shut down the stream by accident. Working straight 48 hours is a killer. Yeah, I've had some long days before. Amazon is working its way out of the Mylar bags. They're canceling orders. I'm not surprised. Back when we covered that article, well, their policy, well, they were getting rid of all these silver Mylar bags. That's why, I mean, we're affiliate with Wallabies. They make good products. You don't have to use our affiliate links, guys, ever. All right. When I get products that come in, they send it to me, ask me if I'll do a review. I have them come in. I'll take a look at the product. If I don't like the product, I'll notify them. I don't like the product. Some say, well, we need a video. And then you get ones like that binocular set, night vision, that was, you know, I called it out. It had a big bright red light. I'm like, no, this thing can get you killed if you're in a prepping situation for shit hits the fan. Now, those binocular night vision, yeah, they'd be cool if you're, you know, just hobbying something, I guess. But in SHTF, I wouldn't want a big bright red light shining. Of course not. It's safe for a lot of Mylar from Amazon isn't great. Yeah, I had bought some Mylar from Amazon. I don't know, it's been a few months back. And it was when Wallaby was running really late on filling their orders. They had so many people, and believe me, we've had a lot of people here on this channel purchase through our links. You guys have helped support us massively that way. And they're just having a hard time keeping up with orders. Also, their shortage that they had was a big deal with materials from overseas. All right, so when you get materials, just like when we had the, I'm trying to think, Augason Farms shortage. You know, we've been affiliated with Augason Farms since we started the channel. Same with Legacy Foods. But the packaging that they put everything in come from overseas. So when there was that shortage issue, the blockades with all the shipping containers off the coast and everything, nothing was moving. And people were having a hard time actually manufacturing products because they didn't have any package to put it in. So that did hit. Thin. Now, the Mylar, I've used 2 different types of Mylar from Wallaby. They have the 5 mil and the 7.5. Those are the one we use. They did send me some of those 5-gallon ones. I've got to do a review on, show you guys those, because I know some people prefer to just put everything like a 20-pound bag of rice in a 5-gallon bucket without separating. I like to separate down to serving sizes in 1 gallon to me, it makes more sense. It protects better, but that's just my thoughts on it. I know some people would prefer just to do the 5-gallon ones. So I asked them for those 5-gallon ones. They sent them to me. I'm going to do a review on that, guys, for you, show you those. Those 5-gallon bags, you cannot use their Mylar sealer for, because it's like a 20-inch strip on the top. And the Mylar sealer that they sent me was like a 12-inch strip. So you actually have to use a straight iron or a actual clothes iron. I prefer a clothes iron, but to each their own on that. All works the same. All right, scrolling through here, guys. Again, if you got questions and stuff, put that @ symbol, Survival Living. It makes it easier for me to see when I'm trying to scroll through here. All right. So again, I just want to hit again on the meet and greet this Friday at noon till 3. If it goes over 3, that's fine. We'll be grilling out, and again, our affiliates over there at Wallabies and also 4 Patriots sent us a lot of gifts to give out to people. So we'll be doing that. We'll be demonstrating some of our products and stuff like that as well out there. So you guys can kind of take a look at the stuff before you ever buy through an affiliate. I'm going to bring in some of those products you can actually take a look at yourself. All right, scrolling through here. But anyway, I just wanted to touch bases with everybody. Australia over here are sheep. John Blight. Australia's going through a lot of stuff. We got a good friend, Aussie Survival. He's over there. He's been sending me a lot of emails and stuff on what's been going on there in Australia. A hair straightener is better than clothes iron when sealing Mylar bags. That's your opinion. I have better results with a clothes iron. All right, because when I set my stuff up, and that, I mean, just depends on what type of bags. If you're using a 5-gallon bucket that's already in the bucket, yeah, using a clothes iron is not going to work very well because you only have one side of heat. A straightener would work best for that. If you are storing them in just the 5-gallon bags and you're laying them flat just to stack underneath the bed, clothes iron works great. I've used all of them. I've been doing this for a very long time and never had any issues. So it just depends on what you're using it for. I noticed today, hit the bridge. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on over there. That stuff's gonna pop up, guys. I mean, to think with all these drills and everything they're doing, everyone beating on their chest, to think nothing's going to happen. I don't think the people here that actually view the channel believe nothing's going to happen. That's why we prep. All right, scrolling through here, guys. Freezers, Ziplocs with oxygen absorber. I do not recommend using freezer Ziplocs, mainly because they're thin, they don't last as long, that plastic will deteriorate over time. If you're going to be using plastic, I'd recommend using vacuum sealed plastic. It holds longer, but to each their own on that. I don't recommend using just regular freezer Ziplocs. Do not disturb is on my phone. Yeah, it's not on mine. I actually have to go into the settings and I'd have to exit out of the camera screen here. So, Anthony, any advice on EMP proof bags? What we use is Faraday Defense. We've done some videos on their EMP proof bags, also their fabric material to make your own Faraday cages. We've done videos on that as well. Again, that's Faraday Defense. That's who we use to do all of our Faraday cages and like electronics bags, like for our radios and stuff like that. We stock them up in that. Our CBs, all that stuff, our hams, all that stuff we put in those. Van City checkout here for merch. Definitely do appreciate that, Van City. Yeah, we do have new merchandise, guys. No one has to purchase anything. I did have a question. What does the symbol mean? That is my tattoo on my arm. That symbol is one I designed. That is my old train rider tag. Okay, when I was a freight train rider for a year and a half, that was my tag, letting people know what direction I was going, if they're trying to find me, things like that. So that's what that tag is. That's what that symbol is. It's one I designed, and we kept it as part of our channel. Everything I branded for our channel. All right, scrolling through here. Any bag in underground bunker is highly EMP resistant. Yeah, but who all here has an underground bunker? As a matter of fact, don't type in if you do, because people watch prepping channels all the time, and you know what type of people I'm talking about. So if you got an underground bunker, keep it to yourself. Don't let anybody know. Okay. I built a cage out of a metal trash can lined with yoga mats. Yeah, so the trash can one, the galvanized trash can one, is a good option. I've seen those. We use the fabric material because I can actually follow up on the actual testing that they do from the companies on what type of wavelengths they can actually block out. But I have heard that the galvanized trash can works very well. I have not done any successful testing other than radio waves, because that's the only thing I can do. I don't have a EMP spark generator to zap something. There, if you can actually look that up too. There's people that have those EMP zap generators, and they build their own Faraday cages and hit these things and see if they knock things out. I have a covert. Does that count as a bunker? A minute, man. You know what? If it comes down to getting somewhere safe, that might be a good spot to hit. All right, scrolling through here. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to keep too much of your time, but I just wanted to hit about our meet and greet and also let you know about that new channel that we're working on. There's a lot of great channels covering news. Please. A lot of people get so bent out of shape because people are covering news. They're covering the war. They're covering all the bad stuff going on. They're covering this stuff so you're aware. Okay. Always follow up on the articles that they're reading. Read it for yourself after watching. They're just bringing the information so you can actually process it. You have the information. It's up to you to follow it up. I encourage people, preppers, to keep informed. Okay, the more you look at what's going on, the more I know something is going to pop off soon. When? I don't know. Anybody that says they got a date for you, they better be working for the government, because the YouTuber's not going to know. We can look at things and say, hey, I think something's going to be pretty soon. That's about it, because we're just looking at everything that's being done. We don't have any dates. I've had a lot of people ask me, well, how long should I be prepping for? As long as possible. All right. We prep for as many scenarios as possible, not just one. We prep everything from natural disasters to EMPs to all out nuclear war. Now, if an all out nuclear war happens, survival rating is going to be very, very low for everybody. Some say the planet won't survive. I don't know. It's never happened before. But we just prep as much as possible. So there is no, I cannot give you only prep for this much. I'll show you that we have a 2-year supply of a normal rotational goods. That's canned goods, dry goods. Okay, everything from pastas, rice, beans, things like that. That's a 2-year supply. That carries us through our growing seasons and gardens. Okay, we plan on prepping even longer. We have long-term food storage, because that there's 25 years, except for like Augason Farms, most of their products are 10 years. That keeps us, we got that supply put back. We don't have to worry about rotating that out. The 2-year supply is enough to deal with on rotating all the time. That is a full-time job, but we eat off of it, all right? Everything in that prep, we cycle through, because people say, well, my food goes bad. If you're eating off of it and replacing it, it won't go bad, all right? You got fishing rods, 2 in line. Yeah, we got fishing rods and stuff. All right, scrolling through here, guys. CFP, what is your new channel name you mentioned? Okay, I'll put the link back up. It's Hellscape Paranormal. It has nothing to do with prepping, guys. This is a channel that my wife and I are doing together. We do a lot of amateur ghost hunting. We've done that for years. It's something that we've had experiences on. So we decided now we're going to start filming it. We got a trip coming in January. We're going to St. Augustine for 5 days, Tallahassee for 4 days, and we got a whole bunch of other locations we're going to be following up on. So it's not everyone's cup of tea. You don't have to go over there and subscribe. Like I said, it's completely different than prepping. So we're not going away from our prepping. Prepping is our life. That's it. We do not, that's what we do on a daily basis. We still continue to prep. But we want to go ahead and pursue this as well. My wife wants to get more involved with YouTube because mine's a full-time gig. And she's decided that, you know what, I want to give it a shot. So me and her will be the ones doing it. All right, scrolling through, practice your tools. Yeah, absolutely. All right, scrolling through here. Hoot Owl, definitely appreciate you putting up the link for me. Okay, guys, I love Wallaby. They are amazing bags. I bought mine through Amazon. I didn't know you were affiliate with them. New England, not a problem at all. As long as you're getting good quality Mylar, go for it, my friend. I do know Wallaby does sell on Amazon, or at least they used to. Yeah, you don't have to use our links, guys. When you use our links, it helps finance us, but you don't have to. If you want to go directly to a website that I'm talking about on products, you want to do that, go for it. If there's another YouTuber that's promoting the same products and you like them better, use their link. Help support their channel as well. Their channels, when we do this full time, our income is ad revenue. Our income is the affiliate programs, things like that. That's how we manage to keep on, you know, doing YouTube. That, or I go back to welding, and I've done that for 20 years, and I really don't want to have to go back to welding. I'm just saying, I'm honest on it. I've done that stuff for years, structural and pipe field. I worked out in the oil fields in North Dakota for a couple years. I worked off the out in the Gulf. I worked doing helicopter pad repairs on the rigs out there in the Gulf after Katrina went through. Turns out I get seasick. I do not like the ocean. My wife loves the ocean. I do not like the ocean. I get sick as can be. And I know Jaws is waiting on me. It's the only thing I'm scared of in this whole world is sharks. That's it. I will camp out in bear country. I will primitive camp out in bear country. No problem at all. A shark? Just call my name Bob because, yeah, no thank you. For those that love the ocean, more power to you. It's not for me. I'm terrified of it. Ghetto, how's it going? How many Bic lighters you got prepped up? We have 35, I think, on the Bic lighters. We keep them. Bic lighters are good lighters, always reliable. I do believe that everyone needs to know how to create fire and other means and have multiple ways of creating fire, because I broke Bic lighters. I've talked about that in the past, in the middle of the woods when it's snowing, and turns out my lighter is no longer working. Yeah, it was good till the movie Jaws. Yeah, right. Built subs for the government. Awesome. My dad, I'm a third generation welder. My dad used to build subs. I believe it was out of Northport. I'd have to ask him where he was at. But yeah, he used to do welding stuff for submarines. I think it was even a nuclear sub he worked on. Could be wrong, but I think it was a nuclear sub. It might not be Norfolk, Virginia. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him. He spent most of his time working in shipyards all over. So when I went into welding, that was kind of just the family thing. My brother also, he went into welding too. Right out of high school, he went into welding. We both went to the same tech school, Surrey Community College. That's where we actually got our first certifications through. All right, scrolling through here. Both my pop and grandpop are pipe fitters old school. Yeah, I was never a pipe fitter. I was a pipe welder. Never did pipe fitting. I've done some fitting, but most of my job is structural welding and pipe welding. I've done some architectural welding. In case people don't know what that is, handrails. That's what they call it. I hate handrails. Handrails are stupid. I don't think we need handrails. They're annoying. They always bend and twist every time you start welding on them. A lot of stainless work. I've done a lot of stainless work. All right, scrolling through here. All right, guys, so let me get it wrapped up here. I do appreciate you hanging out with me. Oh, wait a second. House of Lamar. See, ask something. I am doomed if I live in an apartment. I want to buy land and leave, but that takes time. Let me cover that right fast, my friend. I do not believe that you are doomed, okay? We prep for many different scenarios. Shit hits the fan comes in all forms. Just because you live in an apartment does not mean you are doomed. All right, I want to encourage you on this. Keep prepping as much as possible. You can actually prep a lot of stuff in an apartment. All right, it might not be very eye candy for anybody that comes in, you know, visiting and stuff like that. But you can store a lot of stuff. Always have a get out of Dodge plan. Have a bug out plan. Okay, have that plan in case a major event comes rolling in on you that warrants on leaving. Okay. I don't know where you live at. Please don't put that information on there because the internet's full of people that tries to find out stuff. If you're living in a city, a major city, my recommendation, definitely have a bug out plan. Now, can you hunker down for a while? Sure. But if the masses start moving around and they're looking for supplies, they will be going door to door, okay? But because you live in an apartment does not mean you don't have a chance. There is another channel, and Van City, you're here. If you would mind, put Apartment Preppers YouTube channel up, her link if you don't mind. I recommend going over there, subscribing to her, watch what she's doing over there. She's in an apartment, she's prepping. I lived in apartments for years as well, and I still prepped, but I had a plan on getting out of Dodge, okay? Yes, I check her out. Okay, perfect. But I want to encourage you, just because you're in an apartment doesn't mean you're doomed. Always have a plan, exercise those plans, all right? So let's say you got a bug out plan. Learn how to move your family. If you got a household of people, run your drills. Grab your bags, load up the vehicle, head to your bug out location. Time that stuff, have multiple routes. When you have these drills in place, these plans in place, you're ready for it. You don't have to stress about anything because you've already made these plans. I see people all the time, well, I'm so stressed about prepping. If you're doing and you're planning and you're going through your training, there is no stress. There is no worrying about stuff, all right? Is it going to suck when this stuff happens? Absolutely. Of course it will. But as long as you're training, you're going to be fine, all right? Look at the holes. Look at the holes from your preps to your prep plans, your evacuation plans. Look at these holes. Come look at them objectively. If your plan is to hunker down in your house, stand outside your house and think like a criminal. How would I get in there? How would I lure them out? What would I do to get them to open that door? These are the things you need to think of. You need to think of the people that want to take your stuff or harm your family. All right? Now, when you're in that mindset, how do you prepare for that? Because that will and can, well, that can and will, in my opinion, it will happen. Okay? But it depends on what scenario actually pops off. That's why we prep for as many different things as possible. Okay, guys? That sounded like a really long thing, and I got heated. I'm not mad at you at all. That was a great thing. I wanted House of Lamar. I just wanted to stress that out. I see it a lot. Just because you're in an apartment complex, just because you're in a city, does not mean you're going to die. All right? Depends on what scenario comes and what plans you have in place. All right. You can prepare until you're blue in the face. Keep reviewing your site protection. Review your food and supplies. Never done prepping? Yeah, I definitely agree. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and get up here. Having a bug out vehicle stocked up already. Jump in, go. Yes, exactly. Also keep fuel on hand. We talked about cycling fuel. We have, I see here, We got 40 gallons of gasoline on site. That runs our gasoline generator we have. So we have multiple. We have solar generator, we have solar, we have gasoline generators. We have a wind turbine we can erect, but I don't live in an area that actually has very good wind, so we don't actually put it up here. Cycling your fuel. When you need fuel in your vehicle, you go get your fuel from your gas cans, fill up your vehicle, go to the store, fill up those gas cans. You're constantly cycling it through. People always ask, what is the length of time gasoline lasts? The only thing I can tell you is what the companies suggest. All right, with the fuel stabilizer, anywhere from 8 months to a year, or 6 months to 8 months. I get different answers all the time. Now, I've seen people leave the comments, well, I went out to my vehicle, it's been parked for 10 years and cranked it right up. Was it a new vehicle with all the sensors? Because as a mechanic, I know if you run bad old gas in a vehicle, you're going to have some issues very, very quick. All right, so everyone's going to argue that. That's fine. What we do, we cycle our gas all the time. All right, that way we always have gas on hand in our location. Now we also have gas stored in other places, but before you start storing up fuel, make sure you check your zoning laws. Do not get hemmed up before shit hits the fan, okay? If you got a stockpile of gas on your property and it's illegal for you to have that in a residential area, don't get a ticket, don't get hemmed up beforehand, all right? Store off-site somewhere if you have to. And if you are storing it, I'm not telling you to do anything illegal, make sure nobody knows about it, okay? Definitely make sure no one knows about it. Bicycle with wagon, yep, that's also a good thing. All right. All right, scrolling through here, guys. All right, so let me get off here, guys. Definitely appreciate you hanging out with us. We got some new reviews and stuff coming up. We've been working with Oupes solar generators since November of last year, I believe it was. We've tested out their 600, their 1100, their 1800 watt solar generator. They finally sent me the new 2400 watt generator. So I've been doing some tests on that. I got a video fixing to come out on that. It's already filmed and everything, guys. Just putting the polishing touches on it. So that's coming out. I will tell you this much. That thing there is a beast. I'm surprised at what all it can do. I mean, it's heavy. Man, it's freaking heavy as can be. That's probably why it's got two handles on it to pick it up. So that review video is coming out soon. Got a lot of stuff working on, guys. So definitely do appreciate you hanging out with us. Keep on prepping. Don't ever stop, okay? Even if it's just a little bit, it's still a meal or still extra supplies that you needed, all right? Everything from medical, water filtration, freedom seeds. You need to have a way of defending your property and your family, all right? And it all just depends on what scenario we're facing, all right? All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.